I want to take a quick minute here to talk about how to choose the right funds for your 401k. Now, I'm talking about when you're in the workplace. Most people, they end up just deciding to choose whatever the guy next to them chose. And if the guy next to them chose something that isn't very intelligent, or maybe they never got any advice on it, then you might end up choosing something that isn't right for you. You also don't want to just be all alone. So seeking some advice is a really good idea. If you have a financial advisor in your life, I strongly recommend that you do consult them. And it'll be well with your time. Most financial advisors, they would be happy to sit with you, give you a few pointers. And if you can't make a choice or you won't consult a financial advisor, I would really recommend that you just choose an S&P 500 index fund. Typically those are an ETF, not a mutual fund, and those will have very low fees, or at least they should. If they don't, that's a bad sign. But they should have very low fees, and they will also perform quite well for you, especially in the early stages. But the early stages are also some of the most important stages, because this is when you might have a chance to get a running start and get ahead of you. Here's a fun fact. The average year, the stock market makes most of its moves in 7 days. So think about that. You have 365 days in a year. Not all of those are market days, but only about 7 days are there significant moves either up or down in the average year. So you can't time a market either. Now, let's get to the choosing part. If you want to choose, which is what I love to do, I like to analyze this stuff, hop on Morningstar.com. They have a great analysis tool there. You can type in the ticker symbol, which is available in your list of choices at work. In there, you're going to find that you can see the performance, and you want to look at the longest time period you can, 10 years or more. All right, now, you want to think about 4 basic categories, and I'll quickly break them down for you. Mid cap, large cap, and small cap. And they really are what they sound like. Capitalization of a company. So a large cap is going to have really large companies. Think Apple, Microsoft, Walmart, those type of companies. Mid caps, they're going to be like the medium-sized companies. You know, you might think of someone like, I believe even Target would be a medium-sized company. Small caps, those are your smaller companies that are maybe just on the market or they're not that large yet. Those are typically faster growing. You don't want to have all of your money in one of those categories. And here's why. When one is outperforming, often another category is underperforming a little. And so you want to have a blend so you can create a nice steady incline on your earnings. Fourth category here is actually international. So the international world of funds has really underperformed for the last number of years, but they are definitely due their fair time. And so you should see them come along one of these years. And what I would suggest is either something like maybe Euro-Pacific or maybe a just emerging markets in general. But whatever's in your funds there, take a look at it. Usually there's only 1 or 2 on the international front. What you want to do is you select them there on Morningstar.com, and you also select the compare button. And you want to be comparing these to each other and then also to the S&P 500. If they're not outperforming the S&P 500, that's not a good sign. You want to at least perform as well as the market at large. If you can't find anything in your funds that are outperforming the S&P 500, don't fear. Just go ahead and do the S&P and you'll be okay. Here's the thing. If you're under the age of 50, I really do not recommend any bonds at all. I am not your financial advisor, and you need to make sure that you are taking this into consideration, because I don't want you to say, well, I watched some guy on YouTube and now I know all about it. No, you don't. You really want to be learning yourself and understanding why you're making the decisions you're making. Hopefully that helped you pick out a couple of funds. Hopefully you're able to go in there, you're able to choose 4 funds, put 25% in each, and you're off to the races. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. As always, share it with your friends. If you have a suggestion for a topic that you'd like to see me talk about, don't be afraid to drop that in the comments and we'll see what we can do.